Hiya Five, so today we're going to do an artist copy. If you have a look at the Word document that's linked in, there are 4 choices. 2 of them are very old, they're very traditional, and that is how basically we used to make images repeat themselves. The other 2 are a bit more modern. So what I would like you to do first of all is to choose which one you would like to draw. I am going to draw Rembrandt's 3 trees, which I will then need to have my page landscape. However, if you pick a picture that is portrait, then you'll need to work portrait. So just be aware of how you need to lay out your work to start off with. Okay, so I've just drawn out my layout of my Rembrandt work. Just a reminder, we are still working with the etching mark making process. So there's of course no problem drawing out your work in pencil for your guidelines, but make sure when you are finishing it off that you are showing all those marks. If you can use a black pen, that can really help, or a sharp pencil. There's a few things I noticed with this piece of work, which you might notice when you do your own, depending on which one you choose. So here are his 3 trees, as the title says, but if I go in closer, I noticed, and I've got my picture just here, enlarged on my computer, as you can see, I noticed that the hills come down here, and there's a tree, this is this cluster here, there's a little tree here. There's also some more trees here, and there's these lines I think are possibly field edges with hedges. I then noticed there is a man here fishing, and if we look at it on the image, you can see it just here. It's quite a light area. So I'm trying to just really work off the image. I've then got these streaks in here, which I thought was an accident, but actually I think he was trying to create some kind of sunbeam. We then go over here with some clouds and come back. Now comparing it to the original, I have cropped my image slightly because the picture probably finishes really down there. So don't worry if that happens. Just try and get a focal point. I've really focused on the trees and my fisherman. I think that is my main aim. So I will now show you how I add in the marks and develop it into a piece of work. So I've just worked on the 3 trees. Now I am very aware that Rembrandt probably took days, weeks, maybe even months working on this plate when he etched it into the metal. So be aware of that too, but it still should be a good copy. Now key things, I've added in these dark areas here for the shadow of the tree as I've seen in the image, and in the trees there's darker layers of where he's built up the mark. So if I show you my one, I'm going to just go back to this one here. I'm hoping you can see the same. So we've got the shadows of the trees here that are coming down, and you've got a dark cluster here of the tree, and then you've got lighter areas here. So really try and build up the marks for the dark and keep it light in the light areas. Again, just go back to my one here. I'd also do a photo comparison so you can see, but just be aware of that. I'm now going to add in, this is very dark here, this hill, and then I'll come down, work on the fisherman and do a light part of the fields. So I've just done a bit more to this. I just wanted to make you aware of some of the marks I'm working on. So I'm using a very close zigzag for these dark areas here. I then use a lighter line, the single zigzag. These are kind of double zigzag, almost like a mixture of cross hatching and zigzag. Then a single zigzag here for lighter areas. I'm using swirls for the light parts of the plants. And then come down to this curve here. Just a few things. This will probably happen when you're working. I've made some adjustments. You can see that this bit here where I've drawn in pencil was supposed to be this bit, because it actually, when I'm drawing it, it looks closer, so I've moved it in a bit. I've adjusted the hill here, and then I've got to the water, which I believe is the water for the fisherman, so I've changed the direction of the line. So I'm now trying to create the water line, which is going side to side this way, so it contrasts against the plants. So just be aware that when you're looking at it, and make sure that your marks are emphasising the texture of the landscape. Just my little bit more of advice before I finish this off is that with my piece of work here, there are lots of light hedges, it looks like, and these got these lots of field lines. So what I've done is I've added in the light areas first, and then I put the dark areas in. And so those light areas give me some guidelines of what I need to do in between the spaces, if that makes sense. So I will do these hedges and these trees that I can see. I'm then going to add in the hedges of the field hedges. And then I will add in my sunbeams and a bit of marks around here, which I think is probably clouds, and then I will be finished. Okay, so here is the finished piece, just to go through the key marks. So we've got swirls here, lots of up and down lines, cross hatching and overlapping zigzagging, straight lines, more cross hatching, more squiggles and wiggles, squiggles and wiggles here, long straight lines, overlapping cross hatching up here, and a few swirls there. So enjoy your artist copy, pick one that you want to draw because you're going to have to look at it a lot, and please upload to Teams. Thank you.